de ambassadeur van India in Suriname, de heer Satinder Kumar, om de openingsspeech te houden voor deze bijzondere gelegenheid. Goedenavond.
His Excellency Mr. Adhin, Vice President of the Republic of Suriname, His Excellency Andy Rusland, Acting Foreign Minister of Suriname and Minister for Transport, His Excellency Mr. Suresh Algu, Minister of Agriculture, Livestock, Farming and Fisheries, Honorable Members of National Assembly, fellow ambassadors and colleagues from the core diplomatic and international organizations, ladies and gentlemen, Namaskar. I convey my greetings to my fellow countrymen and the friends of India. Also, please allow me to wish you all a very happy and prosperous New Year. Close on the heels of celebrating New Year in Suriname with the mirth and festivities Suriname is so famous for, we had the occasion to welcome His Excellency Vice President Mr. Adhin as the special guest at the Youth Pravasi Bharati Divas celebrated in India from 7th to 9th January. His Excellency's inspiring keynote address at this event received warm applause from the Prime Minister of India, the people of India and the press. His Excellency's second visit to India in less than 1 year and meetings with the Prime Minister of India on both the occasions is not only historic in diasporic sentiment terms, but a beginning of a new chapter of tangible cooperation. Ladies and gentlemen, India, a many millenniums old civilization, was home to the people who knew and practiced the human values and spirit which the contemporary world knows as democracy, rule of law, human rights, globalization, and peaceful coexistence. One world, one family, we call in Sanskrit, was Kutumbakam, and let everybody in the family be happy. Sarve Bhavano, Sarve Sukhantu, was the directives of the scriptures for the rulers and the governments in ancient India. However, by the turn of 18th century, the people of India were subjected to the foreign rule and regulatory instruments made by the British East India Company and later by the British Crown. The unique struggle for independence under the leadership of Mahatma Gandhi through the non-violent means, passive resistance and non-cooperation, India became independent on 15th August 1947. The people of India celebrated the Independence Day with the hope and expectation and also a pledge to make India a great nation and redeem her lost glory. The first Prime Minister of India, Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru, in his famous speech, exhorted the nation, and I quote, "Long years ago, we made a tryst with destiny, and now the time comes when we shall redeem our pledge, not wholly or in full measure, but very substantially." 893 days later, on 26 January 1950, the people of India gave to themselves a constitution to secure for all its citizens justice, liberty, economic and gender equality, and the promises to promote fraternity, dignity of the individual, and unity and integrity of the nation. This is the spirit we have gathered to celebrate here today. Ladies and gentlemen, the supremacy of Constitution and people's belief in what they adopted has ensured the peaceful transfer of power in the biggest democracy of the world. Governance of the country, based on the principles enshrined in the Constitution, has proved to the world the abiding faith of the people of India in her heritage and ability to stand with the rule of law, peace, friendship, and the collective human spirit. India, guided by its heritage of one world, one family, supports collective efforts of international organizations in facing fundamental challenges to the mankind. Sustainable Development Goals, Agenda 2030, finance for developments, disaster risk reduction, humanitarian issues, peacekeeping, and efforts to counter terrorism. India positions itself as a source of stability and a key contributor to both growth and stability in these times of dramatically changing landscapes in multilateralism and multipolarity. When all of us are affected by changes sweeping a particular corner of the world, the message of Indian scriptures that we are one world, one family need to be remembered more than ever before. India's Foreign Secretary, in his recent address on the theme, the new normal of multilateralism, summed up India's viewpoint, and I quote, "Terrorism remains the most pervasive and serious challenge to international security. Developing a serious global response is of the highest priority, yet hard to do. Climate change is an existential challenge on which some common ground exists that needs to be consolidated. The implementation of sustainable development goals is a formidable enterprise, but one that holds enormous promise. Humanitarian assistance will be as regular a demand as disaster relief. The danger of epidemics continues, as does finding cost-effective solutions. In some regions, migration deriving from conflict situation is a serious challenge. WMD security will be a continuing concern, especially as terrorist groups strike deeper roots, and given our lifestyle, cybersecurity has become a serious threat for every modernizing society. And that is just the short list," unquote. I take this opportunity to extend my sincere, heartfelt thanks to His Excellency President Bauterse, Cabinet of the President, the Vice President, his Cabinet. Special thanks to the Foreign Minister. And I also thank all other members of the Cabinet, leaders of the opposition, and Honorable Member of National Assembly and senior officials of the Government of Suriname for their cooperation in helping the Embassy to discharge our core function of deepening our close, warm, and friendly relations. I wish to convey my sincere thanks to all of you for joining us this evening. May I now raise a toast to the health and prosperity of the people of Suriname.
I would like to invite the Vice President of the Republic of Suriname, His Excellency Mr. Michael Ashwin Adhin, to address the audience on the occasion of the Republic Day of India.
Your Excellency, Ambassadors Adhin Kumar and Honorable Speaker, members of the Council of Ministers, members of the National Assembly, members of the Corps Diplomatic, and representatives of international organizations. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Ambassador. At the outset, allow me to congratulate you on the 68th anniversary of the Republic of India on behalf of the government and the people of Suriname. Having recently attended the Pravasi Bharatiya Divas in India, I had the honor of being a keynote speaker at the inaugural Youth Pravasi Bharatiya Divas. The main goal of the event was to bring together the Indian diaspora in order to come to a cooperative working mechanism together with India to assist in enhancing and strengthening national and international development and prosperity wherever there is an Indian diaspora. Why I say this? Republic Day commemorates the establishment of the Constitution of India, which enabled the people of India to elect a government of their own and provide them with the opportunity of freely exercising their newly achieved nationhood. History, Ambassador, has made your country thrive and has made the people stronger. I commend, therefore, the government and people of India for their ability to turn their colonial legacy into an exemplary and beneficial initiative to not only bring together the Indian diaspora in dialogue, but to endeavor and to attain a meaningful contribution to their own development. Today, India not only remains to be the world's largest democracy, but has also developed to become a leading emerging economy as, among others, a global economic, political, and technological powerhouse. Suriname is a diverse society, has come to appreciate even more the presence and meaning of Indian culture and diaspora. This is reflected, among other things, in the areas of cooperation, which exist in different sectors, such as trade, industry, agriculture, and cultural cooperation, as well as in capacity strengthening in different areas, and our cooperation in the multilateral sphere. The Indian credit line and credit lines available to Suriname are further evidence of a close and friendly relationship, for they enable us to effectively and adequately contribute to our development priorities in these trying times. The positive experiences we have shared throughout many years now form the basis to further deepen and strengthen our bilateral relations. The 6th meeting, therefore, of the Suriname-India Joint Commission will thus be convened in Paramaribo, so as to explore various sectors that can be concretized and consolidated. For example, the expertise and skill of India in the area of Ayurveda and Yoga are internationally known and practiced worldwide, not limited to the Indian population. Therefore, the establishment of an Ayurvedic chair in Suriname would, I am sure, open new possibilities for Suriname. In the multilateral sphere, there is also a close cooperation and collaboration between Suriname and India, which has further deepened and strengthened the friendly relationship that exists between our respective countries. Mr. Ambassador, we applaud the efforts of India to deliver a solution to the worldwide discussions on energy by establishing the initiative of the International Solar Alliance. The engagements on this topic are of eminent importance in the current global situation. We hope they will lead to the availability of solar energy for all and ultimately advance the global positioning on climate change. Although we are already well on our way in 2017, it is not too late to bestow my best wishes upon you, Mr. Ambassador, and your family. I am convinced that this new year we will achieve new levels of cooperation and further our bilateral relationships. May I take or give a toast?